Coming off a season high this past Saturday versus Kentucky, the Georgia Gem Dogs are now 2-2 on the season and 2-0 in the SEC. I'm Ann Drinkard for GeorgiaDogs.com here at the Suzanne Yockland Gymnastics Center. The next opponent up for Georgia is rival Florida, as they will face them on Friday, January 30th. Now, the last time that Georgia beat Florida in a regular season meet was February of 2009. This will also mark the third time in the last 4 seasons that Georgia has traveled to Gainesville to take on the top-ranked Gators. Behind Austin Smith's stellar play in both singles and doubles, the Georgia men's tennis team swept Utah here this afternoon at the Dan McGill Tennis Complex. Freshman Wayne Montgomery was the first one to take singles, winning 6-0, 6-1. The win today now gives the Bulldogs a berth to the indoor championships in Chicago. The Georgia Bulldog men's basketball team improves to 6-3 on the season, defeating Seton Hall 65-47. I'm Ann Drinkard for GeorgiaDogs.com here at Stegman Coliseum. The Bulldogs not only grabbed a resume win, but they did it with style. Sophomore J.J. Frazier grabbed 11 rebounds, and Kenny Gaines led all scorers with 15 points and 2 emphatic dunks. In a hard-fought road win this past Wednesday, the Georgia Bulldogs defeated the Texas A&M Aggies 62-53. Georgia will return home this Saturday, February 14th, to take on the Auburn Tigers. Now, the Bulldogs hope to keep up a 2-game win streak, while the Auburn Tigers look to erase a 2-game skid. We talked to head coach Mark Fox and sophomore J.J. Frazier about expectations for tomorrow's game. For the first time in over 30 years, the Georgia-Alabama gymnastics rivalry will not have either legendary coach Suzanne Yockland or Sarah Patterson at the helm. I'm Ann Drinkard for your Thursday preview here at the Suzanne Yockland Gymnastics Center. Now, the last time that Georgia beat Alabama in a regular season meet was 2013, and it was at home. Georgia will look to take the win over number 5 Alabama this Saturday in the 137th overall meeting between the two teams. After dropping 2 games on the road, the Bulldogs returned home today to face the Volunteers of Tennessee. The Bulldogs grabbed a 56-53 win today. This win marked Coach Fox's 100th win at UGA, as well as senior Nimi Jurisic eclipsing a 1,000-point career mark. We're about 20 days from the first pitch of Georgia baseball. I'm Ann Drinkard for GeorgiaDogs.com here at Foley Field. Last year, the Bulldogs finished with 26 wins, just 2 games under 500. This year, they'll look to improve on that as head coach Scott Strickland enters his 2nd season. Today, we talked to some of the guys and Coach Strickland to see how excited they are for the season. Coming off a 6th straight SEC title for the women and the first second-place finish since 1998 for the men, Georgia has completed day 1 of the Bulldog Last Chance meet. Seniors Nicole Vernon and Alec Cohen both reached season best in today's meet and now await final word to see if they made it into nationals. We talked to both swimmers and head coach Jack Bowerly to see what they had to say about today's performance. After dropping game 1 in this weekend series last night 7-3, the Dogs came back to win today 8-7 behind Mike Bell's walk-off single. You actually beat Florida and Georgia Tech in the same year, so how was that?
Well, pretty good when you consider that Florida had won 10 of the previous 12, but not as excited as I was.
And then you won the bowl game, too.
Yeah, well, we went to a bowl game. And
so tomorrow, when you get out there on the field and you're kind of reunited with all the guys after 50 years, how do you think that's going to feel?
It's going to be special.
How do you think that the injuries and just the struggles have speak to his character and his ability to persevere through all of that? Those guys that were such a big part of that team, but you were there and you saw it and you were a part of it. So this year, when you've got some kind of young guys with a lot of talent, you've also got you and Charles and Kenny who are experienced. How do you think that your experience having gone to the tournament is going to help you lead them in a way? The year that you redshirted, obviously you didn't play in a single SEC game. You sat out the whole season in conference play. But last year, you came back, and by the time conference play rolled around, you were kind of in the groove and your knees were feeling good. So you ended up, doing really well defensively. How did that feel to be able to come back and turn it around to play that well in the conference? So it's just a fun event. You got your sneakers on.
He didn't even, but I said all these nice things about him. I've got on green shoes. Wear the red and black shoes. I don't have any yet.
Oh, you gotta get some. You gotta invest.
Hello, Mark Fox. You got shoes?
But just, it's fun for everyone. And so what's it like to be here and not like a work type of environment, just, being able to just relax, I guess?
It's a lot of fun.